Hey everyone, it's Friday, our favorite day of the week, and it's Miss Donaghey again bringing you our reading lesson. So grab your Journey's closed reader and something to write with, and let's get busy. We are on page 36, and it shows a cute little picture of a girl waking up, stretching her arms in the morning. I hope you guys have been getting lots of rest and enjoying lots of fun things with your families. I'll give you a few seconds to turn there. Again, it's on page 36, and our story this week is called Singing Time. We have been talking about poetry a lot, and if you guys are really good listeners and hard workers during this lesson, I have some silly poetry that I want to end the week with and share with you at the end of our lesson. So I hope that you'll work really hard so I can share those with you. All right, at the top it says background. It says we can show that we are happy in different ways. We might sing or laugh or jump up and down. How do you show you're happy? I think I like to smile when I'm happy. What about you? What do you do when you're happy? Down here at the bottom it says setting a purpose. Read the poem to find out what this person does in the morning. Oh, so we're going to be listening about what this person in the poem does every morning. So, Singing Time by Rose Fileman. All right, let's look on the next page. It says read, underline the word that rhymes with head. So remember, we're going to be listening for what the person does first when they wake up in the morning, and then we're going to listen for a word that rhymes with head, okay? So let's move down here to the orange where it says singing time. Okay, I wake up in the morning early, and always the very first thing. I poke out my head and I sit up in bed and I sing and I sing and I sing. Okay, so let's read that one more time together. Are you ready? I wake up in the morning early and always the very first thing. I poke out my head and I sit up in bed and I sing and I sing and I sing. All right, so let's look at that first question we had. It said on setting a purpose, it said, what does this person do in the morning? Well, what do they do in the morning? It says, I wake up in the morning and the very first thing, I poke out my head and I sit up in bed and I sing and I sing and I sing. So what does this person do in the morning? Well, they wake up, they poke their head out, and they start singing. What about you? What do you do when you first wake up in the morning? Miss Donaghey likes to lay in bed a little while when I first wake up. And then I like to get up. And then I like to have something to drink, maybe some coffee or some orange juice. So think about what you like to do in the morning. Then it says, on number 1, it says underline the word that rhymes with head. Let's look through here and see if we can find a word that rhymes with head. Oh, I spy one. I poke out my head and I sit up in bed. On the third sentence, at the very end, it has the word bed. So I want you to use your pencil or pen, and I want you to underline the word bed because it told us to find a word that rhymes with head. Bed rhymes with head, so please underline that word. Okay? All right, then at the bottom, on short response, it says reread the poem. What does the writer do after sitting up in bed? So think about that. As we read it again, listen for what the writer does after they sit up in bed. Let's read it one more time. I wake in the morning early, and always the very first thing, I poke out my head and I sit up in bed and I sing and I sing and I sing. So it said, what does the writer do after setting up in bed? Well, if we look down, It says, the first thing I do is poke out my head. Then I sit up in bed. Now we want to see what they do next. And they sing, and they sing, and they sing. So I wrote, they sing a song. So you can write that at the very bottom on the blanks. You can write, they sing and they sing and they sing, or you can write, they sing a song. Either one will work. That's what they do last, after they set up in bed. All right, now we are going to stop right there. I know that lesson was really short, but what I'm going to do, we're going to do our sight words really quick. Today, on Friday, you're going to try to beat the teacher, so I hope you're ready. And then I'm going to share with you the scholastic story that we're going to work on today, and then I will read those silly poems that I promised you. All right, are you ready? Try to beat the teacher. Very. Off. Down. Out. Own. Never. New. Goes. Open. Green. Grow. Fall. Into. Yellow. Over. For. Start. Are you beating Miss Donaghey? I hope so. 5. 3. 2. Watch. Brown. No. Ben. I hope you beat me. I hope you were fast. All right. Now, remember, we're going to go to our Scholastic webpage, and let's take a look at what our story is going to be today. You're on week 3, day 15. Okay. You're going to learn today about garbage trucks. Oh, something stinky. But guess what? You're going to read a fun story called I Stink. And then you're going to read a nonfiction story about garbage trucks. And it looks like they have a video and a writing activity again for you to do. So I hope that you will check that out. It is day 15 of our Scholastic Learn at Home. So I hope that you will check that out with your family. All right, so just as I promised that I would read to you some silly poems to end our time together. I hope you had a great week of learning, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. All right, this silly poem is called Glad Your Nose is on Your Face. It says, be glad your nose is on your face, not pasted on some other place. For if it were where it is not, you might dislike your nose a lot. Imagine if your precious nose were sandwiched between your toes. That clearly would not be a treat, for you'd be forced to smell your feet. Your nose would be a source of dread, were it attached atop your head. It soon would drive you to despair, forever tickled by your hair. Within your ear, your nose would be an absolute catastrophe. For when you were obliged to sneeze, your brain would rattle from the breeze. Your nose instead, through thick and thin, remains between, your eyes and chin. Not pasted on some other place, be glad your nose is on your face. And I'm glad my nose is on my face and not in those other silly places. All right, and that was by Jack Prelutsky. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, so the next one I'm going to read is called Last Night I Dreamed of Chickens. Are you ready? Last night I dreamed of chickens. There were chickens everywhere. They were standing on my stomach. They were nesting in my hair. They were pecking at my pillow. They were hopping on my head. They were ruffling up their feathers as they raced about my bed. They were on the chairs and tables. They were on the chandeliers. They were roosting in the corners. They were clucking in my ears. There were chickens, 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 for as far as I could see. When I woke up today, I noticed there were eggs on top of me. Silly chicken. That one was also by Jack Preluski. I hope you guys had a great week of learning, and we will see you next week for some more reading. Happy weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.